All right, let's dive into a phrase that honestly just perfectly captures a very, very modern moment. It's short, it's punchy, and it really shows what happens when spirituality, wellness, and commerce all collide. And that really brings us to the big question for today, doesn't it? We see this idea everywhere, in apps, workshops, marketing materials, all promising that you can package and sell tranquility. But what does that actually look like when you see it out in the wild? And here it is. This is our source material. I mean, the contrast is just incredible, right? You've got this ancient, respected idea of Zen smashed right up against emojis and, well, slang for making a ton of money. So, to really get what's going on here, we've got to break this down piece by piece. So, first things first, let's just look at the title. Even before you get to the emojis and the exclamation points, you've got these two core ideas, Zen and profit. And they're already in this really fascinating kind of tension with each other. When you put them side by side like this, wow, you can really see the clash. On one hand, you have Zen, a practice that's all about non-attachment, simplicity, finding inner peace. And on the other, you've got the goal of profit, which is all about revenue, commerce, and material gain. The title isn't just mixing them, it's actually suggesting that you can use one to get the other. Okay, so that's the title. But then we get to the tagline, and this is where any sense of subtlety just gets thrown right out the window. The whole tone shifts, like dramatically. It goes from something that sounds kind of philosophical to something way more aggressive and direct. Suddenly, the focus isn't on the person meditating anymore, it's 100% on the creator's wallet. And the choice of this specific word is so telling. It's not earn an income or build a business. Nope, it's bank. It's loud, it's informal, it's basically a victory cry about getting rich. Think about what that word choice is doing. It implies speed, a lot of money, and a pretty impressive result. It's totally aspirational, tapping right into that get-rich-quick way of thinking. It's framing meditation not as a practice you do for its own sake, but as a get-rich-quick scheme, a side hustle that could pay off big time. So what's the promise here? It's this super simple, almost magical formula. But notice what's missing. There's no mention of making good meditations, or the skill involved, or even the value you're giving to the listener. That whole middle part, the how, is just completely skipped over. It's all about the lucrative destination. And then you've got the final punch. Start earning today. This just doubles down on that whole theme of speed and getting what you want right now. It creates this sense of urgency, like, hey, this isn't some long journey. It's a golden opportunity for instant cash, and you better not miss out. Okay, so we've picked apart the language, right? But that leads to a much bigger question. Why does a message like this even exist? I mean, what does it say about our culture right now that this kind of marketing actually works on people? Well, what you're looking at is a perfect snapshot, a symptom, really, of the massive, booming wellness economy. We're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar global industry where things like self-care and spiritual practices get packaged up and sold just like any other consumer good. I mean, this one little phrase, it just nails some of the biggest trends in that economy. First, you've got the commercializing of spiritual practices. Check. Second, you're framing self-care not just as something you do for you, but as a business you can sell to others. Check. And third, you're promising fast, real-world results for what has always been understood as slow, personal, inner work. Now look, this isn't about saying that making money from wellness is automatically a bad thing. It's more about looking closely at how it's being sold. When a practice that was built on the very idea of letting go of worldly desires is repackaged as a tool for getting them, what new value are we creating? And maybe more importantly, what part of the original idea gets lost in translation? That's something worth meditating on. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.